Welcome to another episode on our channel. I was going to show you today our whole Batman trilogy set, but I kind of got sidetracked with creating my last Viking. I wanted to have 5 in the set, and got excited because I had finally gotten a shirt that I wanted and put this thing together. So I had the skirt. I had the chest armor, which I split in half, put elastic on the front part, not the front part, but on the back part of the top part, her breastplate. And then I put the bottom part of the chest armor, after I split it in half, I super glued it on her skirt. So the chest armor, the neck armor, and the bracers are from Kier, Kier, First Sword of Death. The bracers were kind of weird too. I mean, they had like a pointy edge coming out and away from one end. It just kind of looked silly, so I had my husband take that off and file it down, and then I matched the paint to cover it up. So I think it turned out quite well. The skirt and the shirt are from Saintess Knight. And I think I got everything either from Toy Anxiety, Rattlesnake Toys, or both. So, yeah, and I've had the Jill Valentine head. I have actually 2 of these heads, and I had this actually on Joan of Arc more recently, and decided I'm going to use Mila Jovovich for that particular night, but I was going to use her for another Viking. I'm calling her the Raven Viking because, of course, she has a raven, which actually is in Norse mythology. Odin had a couple of ravens, and there's a female who actually was called the Raven Keeper for Odin. So, yeah, so I've called her Raven Keeper. The leg warmers here are basically an old towel. I just cut it, sewed it, so it would look nice. And yeah, I think she came out quite well. So we will put her on a turn tray and just see her from different angles, because actually there's not much in the back. So we need to keep things a little bit modest here. So anyway, so we'll pause now and get her on a turn tray. We are back, and we'll do some profile shots without revealing too much. My husband made this wonderful raven for me from CG Trader. Loved it. The clothing is Saintess Knight. The armor is Kier, First Sword of Death. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but just in case you forgot and you want to replicate this. And of course, the head is Jill Valentine. It's a wonderful head sculpt. And the foot warmers I made out of an old towel. So we'll pause now and get some close-ups from here on up, and then directly of her face. I know people like to do interesting things with new figures, but that protrusion that probably acted like a blade, just, it didn't look good. So I'm glad my husband was able to take it down, and I was able to match the colors. I really like this particular figure. I had fun putting it together today. Here's the back of the raven. This is a really good 3D model from CG Trader. So she basically has the outfit that is fairly identical to the Archer Viking that has the lion cape. I wanted to have at least 2 similar outfitted female Vikings, and the other 3 look fairly identical as well with their outfits. So I think I'm done now. So we'll pause now and get a really tight close-up of her, and I hope you can see more details with the raven as well. This is a nice close-up of Jill Valentine and the raven. You can see parts of the armor on the raven, and I intentionally tried to match the color to the shirt. So it doesn't pop out, but I think it's not too bad. So let's go this way. And then this way. So this is very nice. This is a very, very, very close up, so you could hopefully see the armor on the raven. And again, I did my best to try to match the color of the shirt. I think I pulled it off, but it doesn't really allow the raven to pop out in terms of the armor that's on it. But I don't know. I'm all for matching colors. That's my downfall, I think. But I think it came out well. The only other thing I want to do before we leave today is show you an easy way to put the hands on, because they really are difficult to get on in terms of this figure. You really have to push, tug, push, and so forth to get it on, but there's an easier way to do it. So we'll show you that in a second. Someone was asking, how do you put hands on? Sometimes they can be a challenge. This is a TB League Feisten body, and it just depends on, what you have on, whether it's going to be difficult to get the hands or the feet on. But if you're having trouble, the best way to get a hand or a foot on is to get that item hot. And a hairdryer will work, but I tend to prefer hot water, so I just drop it in for a bit. Usually I put it in a microwave and get it very, very hot. I'll let it sit for a few seconds. And with this bracer on, it's going to kind of prevent getting the hand on, but hopefully with it being very, very warm, this will go on very, very easy. Yep. There you go. So that's on. We can put the raven back on. That's the hardest part, I think. There we go. And I think she looks super cool. Here's one last look at our figure. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.